How has all this affected your mental health?
I think a lot. I think one of the hardest parts was always, everybody else can kind of turn it off, right? They can turn off the news and just step away from it. But with us, we couldn't, because if we stepped away from it, if we didn't always know the latest data, to me, someone could die. You know what I mean? That means that our employees weren't protected. That means that patients didn't have the most up to date, information. So I think what started happening, especially because we were on lockdown with me, I was like, well, what am I doing here at home? I'm not fixing something. And I think my personality had always been to be a fixer. I need to go fix it. I need to go work on it. So we worked a lot, but because there was a drive, someone to protect someone. And I think that was really hard I know it was hard on our families. It had to be, because they're probably so tired of hearing about COVID.
Minor.
Yeah, absolutely. But I wouldn't change it, because I really think of how many lives were saved, because I know our staff was really protected. We didn't have the exposures that a lot of places have, because we were so vigilant in educating and protecting them, making sure that we were one of the first ones to get the vaccine. We always had PPE. So I wouldn't change it.
At your lowest point of being stressed, of, again, not knowing, again, when you were very close to your breaking point, what helped you get through that moment?
Reminding myself why you become a nurse in the beginning. So I remember, sometimes at 2 a.m. when we couldn't find someone to be screening the employees, because we always wanted to have someone there at the checkpoints checking temperatures. And I was there sometimes 1 a.m, 2 a.m, staying overnight, holidays, Mother's Day.
You were there for Mother's Day.
Yeah, we worked Christmas, all of them. But knowing, like, that's okay, because I'm here as an employee. I'm not here as a patient.
And then you have a cause, right? You're fighting, like, there's a cause that allows you to.
I remember that Mother's Day. I remember that Mother's Day, and it's so funny because I was like there in my Mother's Day outfit or whatever, and being like, everybody kept saying like, oh my gosh, why are you working on Mother's Day? But then you look at the front of the hospital, and so many people were there with like flowers and signs, because their mother was upstairs in a hospital bed, and they couldn't see their mom, and they couldn't visit their mom, and they couldn't talk to their mom because their mom was upstairs with COVID, or their mom is in a body bag, out in the parking lot. So who am I to complain?
Oh, such a great approach. And I know you're talking about it, and this is something that I stress a lot, that for you is like second nature. You're talking about it, but you'll be surprised, or maybe you're not because you deal with it, how many people don't have that mindset to really, like, when you're feeling down or wanting to give up, like, hey, espérate, compare yourselves to, like, the other side of the spectrum, and you're so lucky to be.
Yeah, absolutely.
Right?
And I think that in a way we're blessed in that sense, that every day we get to go to work and we get to see these families that, these families that are going through so much hardship. And I'm just like, this is hard, but I can't imagine being on that side.
Yeah. Before I go to you, Jose Luis, the same thing happened to me in Christmas, because I was home alone during Christmas. And then the people that knew are like, oh my God, I really feel sorry for you. Todo. But they were very serious about it, and they felt sorry for me. Y a mí, kind of like, I got upset because, wait a second. If you know me, I have no problem being alone Christmas, because the truth is, bro, there's people that there's like, no tengo nada, like, and if you feel that way, it's because you don't know me, and that got me upset. Porque también soy payaso. Pero the truth is, it's just that mindset of knowing when to turn it on and when to turn it off, because you all have to use it towards your advantage as well, right? Because when you want more, right, if you want to get like a higher position, more money, también tienes que decir, hay otra gente que tiene, so I'm going to go for it, right? Instead of having that mentality, no, pues hay niños en África que se mueren, so I'm okay with money. No, espérame, you have to turn it off and on, right? So that's such a great approach. Señor Jose Luis, talk to us about your personal mental health during COVID.
It took a toll. Because...
Ahorita says, look, I'm 22. I see.
You have that weight. If you're the infection preventionist for the facility, you are technically somewhat like the little Fauci of it. And especially the fact that I have everybody looking up to me, and for me to have the answers for something that is new, that had not hit Ebola. Yes, I went through that in my previous facility where I worked at, but that was just, we had a scare and that was it, you know what I mean? And that's it. It died out within a week, you know what I mean? We found the results and that's it. No more cases. Here it's been nonstop, and here we are again. It's like that merry-go-round that you just can't get off. So having that stress on your shoulders of you're, like Christine said, you know what I mean? I couldn't just turn off the news. I had to continue reading because guess what? I was the one who had to have the answer. And I'm not gonna lie. Yes, I did have a breaking point, and I did, I'm humbled to admit to it. You know what I mean? Where my colleagues saw that, and it was in a meeting where I was like, guys, we have to ensure this is for everybody's safety. You know what I mean? And I'm not gonna lie, right now, currently, and I'm admitting to it. You know what I mean? I have thanked her many times, but I would have not able to have gone through this. You know what I mean? As far as we worked almost over 65 days straight.
That's 2 months.
Yes.
Wow.
Like through weekends, and I'm telling you, 12 plus hours. So when people are like, oh my God, I can't breathe with this mask and etc. Welcome to our world. Welcome to our world. And having to be the go-to know of everything, just constantly being, you know what I mean? I would go to sleep still thinking of processes, of techniques, everything that I had to do. And did it take a toll? Yes. But I really, and I want to take this time, you know what I mean? This person on my right, like seriously, I would have not able to have succumbed to overcome it. I mean, her constant dedication, because honestly, that's what it took. And also the weight of that we had, that we are the ones caring for our borderland, our children in our borderland. So with more stress you have on your shoulders, because the last thing you want is a kid, you know what I mean, getting infected or died from it. Unfortunately, and it's unfortunate, you know what I mean, well, it's happened, you know what I mean, and it's not because of lack of trying, or you know what I mean, it's just the nature of the beast. But that was it's really hard, you know what I mean. I was barely able to take some time off this past November for Thanksgiving. That went 2 years, and Christine hasn't, you know what I mean, we were both in the same predicament, that we were like, we can't take vacation because that means that we leave behind things that need to be accounted for, like the PPE, the screening, you know what I mean, all those things, you know what I mean. We need to make sure that we were constantly on the go every single day. There was no sick days at all for us, at all. And we would just have to keep each other's, I mean, pat ourselves in the back and be like, you know what, we're doing it for not only ourselves, but also for our patients and for our family members.